Twitter. So if you hashtag, you see there's lots of adverts going on at the moment. They put hashtag X Factor, hashtag Marks and Spencer's, cornflakes, whatever you happen to do, you do a hashtag and you will follow what people are talking about. So you could do, at the moment, hashtag the business show. You'll find out what everybody is talking about in this business show. Does that make sense? Hooray, a success! We've still got 2 minutes. Have you got any social media questions? Throw them at us.
No, nothing.
Are you going to be a participative audience? Are you going to participate with us? Who's up for a bit of a joke as well? A bit of action, interaction? Because it would make it far, far more better if it's interactive. Who's sat in the presentation and be bored to death of PowerPoint and just people talking? Who wants that? Who wants a bit more interactive, yeah? Right, let's get interactive straight away. How noisy is it out there when you're walking around? Very noisy. I left here yesterday, my ears were dinning, okay, all evening long. But I want to show them that we're the noisiest seminar going in the hall. Are you up for that? You up for that? Yeah. Right, at the count of 3, when we start, okay, I want us to all stand up, let's get a bit of energy because it's nearly lunchtime, we're probably hungry, and just shout at the loudest of our voices, say, yes! And everyone, I guarantee you, will be thinking, what the hell is going on? And then we can put it all on social media. We can shout about it, we can put it on Facebook, we can put it on Twitter and everything. So, are you up for that? Bit of a laugh, yeah? Okay, we will wait just out of courtesy for anyone else that may be
They're late, Michael, forget them. Whoever's not coming.
Who makes it 12:30 then? Yeah. Okay, there's a couple of more seats if anyone wants to sit down, I think in the corner there. Otherwise, we're going to make a start, I think.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you squeeze in there?
No. There's a bit of room over there. What's your name? Helen, are you in business? Okay.
Right, we're going to help you make sure you're not just about in business. Okay, let's make a start, Gary. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Michael Kushkiri from Loving Social Media, and my business partner.
I'm Gary Kasulu, and I love social media. If you cut me open, you'll see a little face on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. I do like it. Much to the disappointment of my wife and children, that I'm always on there.
Okay, we're here today to talk to you about social media, not only how and why you should embrace social media, but more importantly, it's about how to use social media to help you make more money for your business. Who wants more business? Exactly, that's where social media can help you get more business with social media. But, as I said at the beginning, this is it. Are you ready? Okay, at the count of 3, we need to raise the roof of this place. Because that's what social media is about. Don't let us down. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay! Was that loud enough?
Yeah.
You think so? Shall we go one more? One more. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Okay, you watch. Loads of people will come around now. Okay. Now, it's all about making money using social media. So, what is all that about? We're different. Loving social media, we don't just do things the normal way. How many presentations would you have been to that would have waited and given you the top tips of how to get the most out of it at the very end of the presentation? And what happens at the very end of the presentation? You're falling asleep. We're going to give you some top tips straight away, right from the very beginning. The first one is about humanizing social media. Make sure you put your personality into it. When you're putting a post on Facebook or Twitter, engage with that person using their name. Say, hi Michael. Don't just use their Twitter name. Engage, use their name. And say it's from you, it's from Michael. So it's about putting a human element, your characteristics, something to do with you and your business. What do people buy? People. So make sure you are putting your own personality on there.
If golden tips were worth money, that one's worth £10 billion. Really, write it down, humanise. The minute that you get social media wrong is when you stop being human. When you say, hey, come and buy this product off me, no one cares, they switch off. So the next big one is respond to comments. So there's a certain fish and chip shop I know, and they get tons of great comments, and no one before they became our customer would say thank you very much. You know how nice that is for a business to become real. So there's hundreds and thousands of comments out there made on Facebook or YouTube or Google or any of these things, and people are not getting back to them. So respond to your comments is a huge one. Content is king, you hear that a lot. Don't talk crap. Business people talk in analogies and they talk nonsense, but that's not what people buy. When we're talking social media, we're talking real people, we're talking to real people. You're over the garden fence, you're talking to your neighbour about the fly mold, and you recommend one. They then go off to B&Q. What's the bet that they buy the one that you just recommended and get the upgraded version? That didn't need any sales tips. That was real. That's what social media is about. Michael.
The next one is about alerts and notifications. If you haven't set this up for your social media channels, please can I recommend that you do this. If we take the Google alerts, you can actually type into Google the name of your company, something to do with your profession. Because as soon as anyone types in that word or that phrase, you will get an email alert. So that means somebody wants to know about your business, wants to know about your profession, your industry. So set up alerts on your company name or yourself. You'll be surprised how often it comes up. So your name and your business name is a key one. But also set up the notifications so that if someone sends a tweet or a message on Facebook about you and your business, that you know about it. Why? Because that's then going to give you your first opportunity to engage with them there and then. So it's about real-time engagement rather than leaving it for 2 days when it may be too late anyway. They may be asking a very important question. So it's about setting alerts so you can handle that straight away.
For me, you know this lady over there, the one looking down, she's my I've lost you barometer. Because you know what, if we do nothing and we will shut up and we leave now, if you get these key points, that's important. Humanise, respond to comments, content is king. So if you sell shoes, how about talking about leather uppers or whatever you happen to come talk about? Notifications, this is free, absolutely free. Go on there, find out what the press release, so say you happen to own a locksmith, and a locksmith in New Zealand got a press release out doing something really clever. Wouldn't it? I do this all the time. People all over the world, I type in optician and it gives me a news alert every day about cool things that are happening all over the world. That gives me the content for me to talk about. So this is, we don't do anything else. These are the massive points. They're earthquakes. They're nuclear bombs. There you go, Michael.
Okay, it's all about making money, but you can't make money unless people know about you, unless they've heard about you, unless you are on social media, because everyone knows that social media is a key part of your marketing strategy. So, I'm going to talk to you about VCP. Now VCP, what does that stand for? Because it's vital, it's very important in business. It's about visibility. It's making sure that your business is visible on the social media, online. So make sure that you've set up your social media channels. But it's all well and good being visible and being active, because there's a lot of people out there, businesses that have set up Facebook pages. Maybe the last time they've commented on there could have been a year ago, 2 months ago. Or set up Twitter pages that they haven't sent tweets out for quite a few years. So it's okay being visible, but you need to be active as well. So the first thing is about being visible, so that you're being seen and being known. But the next thing is about improving your credibility. What are you about? Why should I use your company or your services? And this is where you need to build that credibility, because people aren't just going to buy from you just like that. They need to see that you are knowledgeable in your industry. You want to be seen as the experts in your field. And you're going to do that by posting various information, writing blogs, getting other people to comment on how good you are. Ask people for recommendations. And we're going to talk about different channels to use. But if I put this one out there now, in terms of if you're business to business, LinkedIn is going to be key. And on LinkedIn, if you want to be seen and you want to be used, you need to have recommendations. But don't just sit there and wait for them, guys, because they ain't going to come along by themselves. Do not be scared to ask for recommendations. Because when people are looking through LinkedIn, they will look and see who's got the most recommendations. If you're doing exactly the same as your competitor, they're going to go with the one that's got the most recommendations. So that is key. So build up your credibility, because once you've got the credibility, what do you think is going to come next? You've got visibility, you've got credibility, we're about making money, and what do we make money from? Profitability. So visibility, credibility, and then you can start building up your profitability in your business. And that's what we're about. We're here to make more money. That's from a business perspective. Let's look at it briefly from a social perspective. And we look at it as being knowledgeable, showing that you are knowledgeable, that you are trustable, and that you are likable. And that's the social side of the business. It's your personality. People buy people. If you do this, you follow the guidelines and the steps that we're giving you today from Love and Social Media, you will improve the likelihood of making more money out of social media. The aim of our presentation today is to talk to you about making more money.
That's interesting, Michael, because I've spoken to so many people the last couple of days who are social media, quite brilliant at social media, and they're all nice people. So without being nice, you're not going to make money on social media, because you're going to come across as a salesperson and pushy. You need to just look inside yourself and just find that nice thing about what you're doing. So raise your profile. That's one of the first things you do. If you've got a Twitter and you're followed by 5,000 people, that's big. If you're followed by 5 people, that's not so good. So raising your profile is about getting your name out there. It's networking electronically. So does everyone know how to gain more Twitter followers? Anyone? That'd be useful, right? It's really easy. I follow you.
I follow you back.
You don't follow me.
I ain't your friend.
I drop you. So I have a strategy. I follow 50 people a day, and after a week, whoever hasn't followed me back, I say see you later. And I've managed to be the most influential Twitterer in Enfield, which puts me in a really nice position. We've got close to 8,000 followers, and they listen, and I know they're really engaged. So, does everyone know how to get more fans on Facebook? Hey, right? Well, you be nice. You friend request someone who you know, and when you friend request someone you know, they'll probably know someone else. Don't be afraid to say, hey, do you know what? I know you from somewhere. Use your networks and they'll get bigger. Generating an audience, following back, so we've discussed that, friend requests and comments, videos. All of these things are social media, and if you really, 10 years ago, I was going mad about this stuff on MySpace. I was loving it. I was saying to people, this is the future. People thought I was crackers. People still think I'm crackers. But the odd one says, you know what, this boy's onto something. My little optician business, we make up to £2,000 a week just because of Facebook. It's immense. We have the potential. We're in the Californian gold rush right now, because it's new and people don't know how to use it. But hopefully, how am I doing? Good. I haven't lost anyone, that's good. But keep going, Michael. Here we go. If you've got electronic ears and electronic mouth, this is the equivalent. This is your ears. You have 2 ears, you have 1 mouth. So you need to use them in that way. So on the next slide, this is how to do it. This is worth thousands of pounds, people, because this is how the strategy of how to use Twitter. Now on Twitter, you need to use your electronic ears, your headphones. We have a client that is a IT support company, and on Monday morning people are panicking, my Wi-Fi's down, my computers are broken, whatever, what have you. And we listen out for that, and we listen intently, and then when they say that their Wi-Fi's down, we answer them. We say, go to our IT company. Right? Some people break their glasses on a Sunday, and they say, bloody glasses, I've broken them, on Twitter. And I'll go back to them, I'll say, look, I'll fix them. And they're there on Monday, and they've just spent £500. But on Yellow Pages, you'd spend thousands, and you would never get a prospect. This, people are actually saying, yes, please, I need your help, but they don't know that you're listening. So listening, out of your time that you're going to spend, 60% of it has to be done up there. Retweet. Does everyone know what a retweet is? No, that's fine. You're probably the brave one that says no. But a retweet is saying, hey Michael, what you've just said is really interesting.
Thank you very much.
That's a retweet. Michael says something, I press a button, it says to the whole world, Michael's interesting. 10%. 10% new tweets. This is where people get it wrong. They're talking crap. They're out there, they're tweeting away, and they spend 90% of their time tweeting. Don't do it, please. 10%, small amount. Does everyone know what favourites are? The favourite button? My friend. Anyone else? Right, there's a button on there, it's a little star. If you press the star, it says, Michael, you are a superstar. Because that tweet you just said is so valuable, I'm going to keep it. I think it's amazing. And that's saying to your audience, not only does that make Michael feel good, but it also scores it. The last one is trending. There's things that trend on social media and Twitter. You need to get involved. If someone says something about X Factor, the little dog that won, Britain's Got Talent, a little doggy that won, there was a big trend about that, get involved. Make that conversation, and maybe you can spin it in the business. And Cloud, just write it down. We're running out of time.
So if you need to know anything about some of the bits that you're not sure that we don't cover, then just come and visit us on the stand, and we'll answer any of your questions, or see us afterwards as well.
This is a 2-hour presentation in half an hour. So, Facebook is the opposite. Rather than listen, 60% of your time should be putting content out. Commenting on other people's posts, commenting in groups, and birthdays are my favourite. I have 1,500, 1,600 people on my Facebook. I make it my routine every morning to wake up and say happy birthday to them. Facebook is pictures and video. Twitter is words. So on Facebook, when I say happy birthday to them, if I know them personally, I attach a picture of what they do. And already they think Gary the optician, Gary the social media guy, you're in their mind. So if they're having breakfast and their partner breaks their glasses and you just say happy birthday, who do you think they're going to think about? You, baby, you. YouTube. My shirt is from T.N. Lewin. Does everyone know T.N. Lewin? They were doing not so well. If you're watching this T.N. Lewin, you're amazing, because they've done a video of a guy ironing a shirt on YouTube, and they smashed it. Because of that, their profits are up, more traffic. All of you have a mobile phone, hopefully with a little video on it. Just get it, make a video, put it online once a week, you'll make money. Now, again, we haven't really got time to talk about Cloud, but these are my little drawings that Michael's horrified about because he's the marketing man. So when you go on Cloud, everyone write it down, there's a search engine up here. A lot of people think Cloud is just to get a little fancy number. Forget the number. What you want to do is you want to target people in certain industries. My man over there is an independent financial advisor. He needs to speak to accountants. You put in accountant up here and you'll find out who is influential in accountancy, who is influential in whatever. it's not used that way, but that's a golden nugget. We just made the whole place rock with that bit of content. This is really interesting for smaller businesses. Smaller businesses are local. There's a thing called Twitter Grader. Write it down because it's really important. On Twitter Grader, it tells you how influential a person is in a certain area. So if you live in High Barnet, who's the person that is really influential in High Barnet? If you live in the middle of Glasgow, God knows where, it will tell you. So check this out. We're running out of time. We've only got 10 minutes. We're not even anywhere near.
No, we're fine. We're okay, Gary. We're now also going to talk about your brand online. And it's about making sure that you have a consistent brand identity across all of your channels that you decided to use that are right for your business. This, for example, is one of our clients at Poppy's Fish and Chips restaurant in Spitalfields. And we make sure that their Facebook cover photo looks and feels the same as their brand identity across all the channels. The top one, next one to the right is their website, then you've got their Twitter page, then you've got their YouTube page, then you've got their blog. So you can actually see how consistent the visual identity, and that is all about creating a very, very powerful brand online. Because that's what people want to see. But it's not just about using it online. Your social media strategy is the most important part. Don't just jump into social media before you think about it. What do you want social media to do for your business? You need to have a strategy. You didn't jump into business without putting together a business plan or thinking about who your target customers are, where they are. You've got to do the same from a social media perspective as well. But make sure you look for potential customers to like your pages, to follow you on Twitter using your offline channels. Whether it's little post leaflets in your restaurant or your office, whether it's on any of your promotional material, like us, follow us, check in. Please make sure that you're using your offline presence as well. And your adverts, if you're doing any print advertising, make sure that it's on there as well. You must integrate your offline strategy and your online strategy in terms of your marketing. We've talked about brand consistency as well. But make sure you've got some clear CTAs, your call to actions on any of your Facebook channels. Where do you want to direct them? What we tell our clients is what we want to do is increase the amount of traffic that comes to your website. That is 9 times out of 10 what our call to action is.
Do you know how to humanize a call to action? Because a marketer would say, call this number. A human would just say, call Bob, he's my mate. Understand that and you've understood social media. Because call to action is cold. And that's fine, and when we're all business people, but if you can understand social media, make it real, give a name, say I'll speak to them, there's a new thing. Shut up.
I just had to look at him.
It's my turn. Spam. Okay, spam. What's spam? Has everyone heard of IQ? Intellectual, your brain, right? And there's EQ, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Use your brains, use your heart. Spam is about being unnatural. Humanization of social media. When you're not being natural, that's when you fail. When I say to you, hey, do you want to go out with me? Do you want to get married? I wouldn't do that in real life. But we're asking people to buy our product before we've even built a relationship with them. So how about buying some chocolate and saying, you look lovely today. So good. The skin looks great. I love your shoes. This isn't very business-like because understanding how this works is just human beings. Your granny tells you something and you listen. You need that power with social media. Spam is very simple. It's you not behaving like a human being. Follow this link. So what? Why should I follow the link? Why? Give me a reason. That's it. Simple. People don't talk about spam, but it exists and it spoils everything.
It can be dangerous to your business health. It can damage your reputation just like that. If you're sending out the same tweet every single minute, repeat, and automation can be very dangerous and can be seen as spam. So this is a big, big health warning. do not spam the social media. It could ruin your reputation. There's some examples I think that Gary was going to use, where it's tweets, one after the other on social media.
This is Twitter, by the way. This person has done 3 tweets in a row. Don't get excited with the button, wait a few minutes. 3 tweets in a row. Basically, when that comes, you don't even look at anything. Oh, crap. And then over here, this is lovely. They've put RT means retweet. The way to get started, they're using a quote from Walt Disney. Lovely, I'm going to look at that. And that person's going to have some influence with me next time. I'm going to think, oh, you know what, that's quite cute, Walt Disney, what does he say? The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. We like that.
So don't just start talking about social media, start doing it as well for your businesses. Okay, we're talking about, people talking about ROI, return on investment, and this could be different in so many ways. And what are the right channels to use for your business? And that's all about the strategy, at the strategy point, identifying those channels that are going to give you the most return on investment. And it really does depend on whether you are B2B or B2C. Because your ROI is going to be different, and how you're going to measure your ROI is going to be different as well. So, let's just have a quick look in terms of what channels should you be on, first and foremost. If you're a B2C customer, these are the channels that we believe that you definitely must be on. You've got to have a business fan page, not just your own personal page. Set a business fan page about your company. Set up a group maybe, especially as a community group if you're in a local business. Be on Twitter, YouTube, lots and lots of videos, because you know YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine after Google. That's why they bought it. So videos are very, very important. Join forums, but don't just join them and sit there and watch. Comment, because all that you're going to do by you commenting is actually going to improve your credibility, because you're going to be seen as knowledgeable, and that's going to go then to lead on to being trustable as well. Foursquare for B2Cs is essential. Foursquare is where you encourage people to check into your office or to your retail outlets when they're there, and then you can give them discounts specifically to people that check in to your place of work. So we can talk lots about Foursquare.
You've got to tell them about Kelvin. You've got to. I know this told me.
Kelvin White is a driving instructor. He was about to go out of business up in the Midlands, I believe. And he then started using social media on Facebook, set up his business page, and started to get a lot more people trying to using his learning school, driving school. But what he did brilliantly, and I've only just managed to get a little screen grab at the bottom of that, every time one of his students passed their driving test, he would take a photograph of them with the learner thing, as if they're ripping it or showing their test certificate. Then what would he get them to do? He'd get them to post it on his Facebook page. So all of a sudden, all his mates, because he's delighted that he's passed his driving test, all know about Kelvin. And what are all his mates probably doing if they're 17 years old? Having driving lessons or looking to have driving lessons.
The average person has 130 people that are friends with them on Facebook. So a teenager passing their test, their friends said this guy's brilliant. You think they're not going to turn around and say, well, I might choose him too.
And that's how you can then start measuring ROI, because you can then ask when they come to book their lessons with you or buy something in your shop, where did you hear from us? So you do need to put some sort of coding or ask those questions about where the inquiries come from.
Michael, they're giving us 2 hours.
Okay, if you're ROI, if you're on B2B, then you've got to be on LinkedIn. But don't just be on there, make sure your profile is 100% complete. It's got to be 100% complete, and if you want help as to how to set that up, then please do ask us. Likewise on Twitter and Foursquare. This is my Foursquare account, and you collect badges. It's a bit of fun. Whereas LinkedIn is very, very old school. It's where you wear a uniform when you're on LinkedIn. You're not allowed to do anything fancy. You're not allowed to draw like Gary's drawings on the other screen. It's very regimental. It's very good for businesses. So if you are B2B, you have to be on there as well. How can you measure it? Well, the most important thing is you're probably driving traffic to your website. So you've got Google Analytics, where you can actually go on there and you can see where that traffic is coming from. Is it coming from Facebook? Is it coming from YouTube? So make sure you've got your website set up for Google Analytics. Very important. It's free as well. Everything that we're talking to you about on social media is a real no-brainer. Because the reason is that it is free. If you can do it yourself, and it's just your time that it takes. So going on to social media, tweeting, putting comments on Facebook is free. You can measure it by inquiries, asking where that inquiries come from. You can measure it in terms of the number of retweets that you get, the number of increase in terms of likes that you get on your Facebook from a specific campaign. You can measure engagement. If you go onto your Facebook page and your stats, we can show you how you can measure engagement, which is the most important number. It's not just about the number of likes, the number of tweets, the number of posts. It's how many people are talking about you and how many people are engaging with your brand. And you know, in terms of level of measurement, in terms of engagement, 1 or 2% is bloody good. Don't think that you're looking for about 10, 15%. 1 or 2% of engagement. Some of your top brands around the world, that's what they're achieving. We're going to go through, I'm not going to talk about this. We're going to end now on some last tips. Okay? Some key tips that is important for you, some new things maybe that are coming out maybe you didn't know about. So Gary, off you go.
Free, this is exciting because if you've got a group, okay, if you've got a group, get rid of, well, it's pretty cool groups, but fan pages are even cooler for local businesses. Because when you have a fan page, Google are giving you the ability to tell all your fans that you have an offer. And they've started doing this thing with a whisper code. In cafes, if you whisper to the lady, hot frappuccino with 2 sugars, she'll give you 5% off, or he will give you. So in my little opticians, my whisper was, I love wearing glasses, and I've had a really good response already. This is free, so whisper code, and setting up your fan pages, it's all free, and it's going to be huge. Because they just floated yesterday, Facebook. They want us business people to spend money there. So it's free right now, but they're going to hit us soon, so yes, cool.
Facebook apps. There are lots of apps that you can have on Facebook. Look them up in Facebook and make sure you try to use them. You can use them to create, you also can create your own pages. I've created one as a loyalty scheme for one of our clients as well. Look what's on Facebook, use them, and at the moment lots of them are free, so you don't have to pay. But as we said, it's becoming very commercialised now, so there may be a time when we'll be able to pay a lot more. We also use Facebook advertising as well. That can work because it's actually very targeted. You can target who you want to actually see that ad.
I'm so sad that it's the end. We've got 2 o'clock. Anyway, tag all your followers. If the Queen happens to be your friend on Facebook, there's no point just putting her picture. You actually need to put her name, and then once it's tagged, that creates an alert to all your friends that you happen to be with them. It's a big, big, big thing, and learn from others. Gary, here we go, Gary Vaynerchuk. He is the man when it comes to social media. Watch what he does and you'll learn. Mari Smith, amazing. This woman is huge. Look at gurus, look at people that are really, really good and you'll learn from them. You're going to make mistakes. Look at fan pages like Gucci, Innocent Smoothie. Brilliant, they're genius. Make mistakes as well, but that's fine. Learn from McDonald's mistakes. Learn from Tesco's mistakes. They've gone in there, they're a big corporate, and they don't understand how to help people. But it's the end. Can we have a big round of applause? Are we allowed a big what?
That wasn't loud enough. We're going to do another 1, 2, 3. Yes, before we end. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Thank you very much, Michael Kashkarian and Gary Kasulu. And Gary did finish too early because there was one more slide. And that if you use Twitter, we have just launched a brand new application that's going to help you engage with your clients or your target clients a lot easier. You can actually find out when they are tweeting, what day they tweet most, what time they tweet most, so you can then make sure that you're tweeting them at that time. Because that's when they're going to be more likely to actually engage with you. You can also, which is unique to our app, then schedule a tweet to go out the next time they are actually on Twitter itself. That's unique, that there isn't another app that does that. So if you want to find out more, that we have got free promotional codes, please do come to our stand on 666. Yes, we thought that number was a bit weird, but come along and we'll be happy to answer any more questions. We're here for the next couple of minutes, we'll be outside as well. Thank you very much for your time.
We all enjoyed it. Thank you.
I'm saying how wonderful you are, how good of you. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm sure you are a fantastic competition. So the question is that I have to ask you as an competition or as a social how much of this do you get?
We're trying to.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Is that useful?
Very, yeah, I'm just starting it all now, trying to get my head around it. There is.
I reckon this course is quite winning.
The beginning. And what I do is a professional time given to so that's really fun. But the question is, the average person, because you present these things, are not social media savvy, because if we were, we would be in your presentation. So if I have my 16-year-old daughter, I have a lot more about this than me.
I would suggest
Okay, so you're saying, okay, hold on. Well, let's do one at a time. So you're saying, I invented it. That's usually